Hi everyone. Say you want to find information about a person and you have the person's IP address, phone number, and maybe the username on social media. And you want to see if that same username is being used in other social networks. What can you use or what can you do to find more information from this starting point? Well, you can use Ghost-track, which is an open source intelligence tool that is written in Python, available as open source, and super simple to use. So let me show you. Essentially, like I always do, I'm going to clone, or often do, I'm going to clone the code from GitHub. And then I'm going to show you how to run it. We're going to look at the code as well together. Okay. Oh, already exists. So you see I'm doing it from scratch, git clone. And because this is a Python project, you need to install the requirements first. I always do it in a virtual environment. So Python module virtual environment. I want to create an environment on the .vm folder. Once we have the v folder created, we need to activate the virtual environment. So for that we do activate. Okay, so we have the virtual environment, but in this Python environment, there are no dependencies installed yet. So we do pip install -r, which means use the requirements file. So here we go. It's installing the request library, which is a library that allows you to do HTTP calls very easily. Phone numbers, yes, you can guess information about phone numbers and a few other things. Okay, but let's execute it. Python. Okay, here we have it. So we need to pick one of these 5 options. We can exit, but there's no point in doing that now. So let's say I want to find information about my IP address. Okay, that's my IP address. Now let's have a look at the first option, which is give me more info about that IP address. And it's calling an API and retrieving all this info. So it's an IPv4 from France, the latitude, longitude, a few other details. Okay, that is something. Maybe you didn't know I was in France. Maybe I'm not in France, but that's what the IP address telling me. Now, okay, let's go back and now use a phone number to retrieve information. I don't have any phone number in mind. I don't know, let's say, I'll see if this works. Okay, found a match. Apparently that number belongs to a network in Asia, Jakarta, and it's a fixed line number. Okay, perfect. That's useful if you're doing OSINT, open source intelligence. And what is the last option here? Username tracker. Okay, say person name 123. So that's the username of the person we are researching information for. And it takes a while because it goes to all the different social networks and checks if the username is available or not, or is being used or not. Let's give it a minute. In the meantime, because I don't, oh, there you go. Facebook is, so that username is being used on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Tumblr, and a few other social networks. It's not being used in LinkedIn, GitHub, YouTube, and so on. Okay, and that's all this tool does. Again, another simple tool that works. Now let's look at the code. Yeah, as I said, the requirements uses the request library to make HTTP calls, and the code is very simple. You can see the ghost there. Nice. All it's doing, let me make this bigger for you. All this is doing is making HTTP calls. If for the IP information, calls the ipwho.is website, passing the IP, and then that API returns a JSON response that this application, of course, does unserializes and prints on screen. Similarly, for phone numbers, it calls not an API, but the phone numbers library that is being imported, and then present that information. And finally, for the social network, so username, if it has been taken or not, first you have here an array or a list with all the different social networks, and of course go through the list, makes an HTTP call, and if the response is 200, then it assumes the name has been taken, and otherwise not. And that's it. I hope you like the video, another short video where I introduce you to security tools. If you want to know more about this, please visit the tools website and pentestreports.com as well. Thank you. Bye.